Sadiq Khan there just addressing the community here, all the media who are gathered as well, and the world's media as well. Everyone watching this part of North London at the moment in the aftermath of yet another terror atrocity. Sadiq Khan was speaking alongside Cressida Dick, who is the Commissioner for the Metropolitan Police Force, who are now, of course, leading the investigation into this attack. Cressida Dick did call it a terrorist attack. She said that from the off. There has been a lot of speculation, a lot of criticism as well about the language used in the immediate aftermath of the attack, that it was being called a possible terrorist attack as opposed to a definite terrorist attack. Cressida Dick from the police force, at least, saying that they are treating it as a terrorist attack and have done from the start as well. Sadiq Khan called the attack itself truly horrific. He also praised the local people, many of the worshippers who had been coming out of the mosque at the time that the van actually hit all of those bystanders, and then the driver, the attacker, got out of the van, and goodness knows what he may then have been attempting to go on and do, but nevertheless he wasn't able to because he was restrained by so many people around. And fortunately as well, one imam or several imams for the local community had made sure that the suspect, the attacker, was restrained but not harmed. So now he is in police custody, and that 48-year-old man can now hopefully go and face justice as is necessary. Well, one man has died. At least 10 people have been injured in this incident. We understand there are 8 people who were taken to hospital and are still being treated. There is some suspicion that 2 of those 8 are still suffering from critical injuries or very serious injuries at least. This all happened after a van drove into a crowd near the main mosque here in North London. They were hit as they left nighttime prayers. It is, of course, the holy month of Ramadan, and police are now treating it as a terrorist incident, as I said. They have arrested the driver of the van, that 48-year-old white man, on suspicion of attempted murder. This is the 4th terror attack in the UK and the 3rd in London since March of this year. The British Prime Minister, Theresa May, called this latest attack sickening, saying once again the ordinary and the innocent were targeted. Religious leaders, politicians, and of course the community here in Finsbury Park have all been united in their shock and their revulsion at what happened here overnight. Fred Pleitgen is here with me now. Fred, we've been seeing a steady stream of people coming to lay flowers here, and the police officers behind who is trying to sort of keep guard of this cordoned off area are laying many of the flowers and the posters as well for people. This is very much a community in mourning, but also very, very unified.
I think it is very unified, and I think one of the interesting things that we just witnessed before we went to air was that there was a member of the Jewish community who also came out and said, you know, I'm very sorry that this happened, this attack on the Muslim community. And I think those of us who come here to Finsbury Park a lot, you know, we know that this is really a diverse community.
Joining me now to discuss this further is Britain's Security Minister Ben Wallace. And Mr. Wallace, thank you very much for your time. Talk to me first of all, if you can, about the response. Do you think it was an adequate response from the police and the security authorities to this latest attack?
Well, I think first of all there was a policeman actually on the scene within under a minute, and then the rest of the police turned up within under 8 minutes. I think that's quite a quick response. It doesn't mean to say that we couldn't get more resources, we hope, at any event as soon as possible. And this individual was detained by the people coming out of prayers and was held down. The police arrived and the individual was taken away. So I think that the larger questions are the questions of, you know, did we know about him? Well, this individual did not appear on the security services radar. We didn't have any prior knowledge of him from the security services. And of course, what we've seen across Europe and the rest of the world is that some of these sudden violent extremist type attacks are incredibly difficult to both anticipate but also to counter.
You said that this individual was not on the security radar, as it were. Do we know anything about him other than his age and that he's a white male? Do we know whether perhaps involved with some sort of far-right extremist group?
Well, I think the rest of that is for the police to decide when to release further details. They are, of course, right now, like in the aftermath of any terrorist incident, following up everything they can learn from this individual and indeed from his behaviour leading up to this terrorist attack. And I think it's therefore it's for them to decide when to release information so as not to jeopardise the investigation.
Just very briefly, sir, this country has been rocked, of course, by terrorist atrocities in the last couple of months. Has there been an adequate response nationwide? We understand now there'll be police outside mosques, outside other places of religious worship. Is it enough to do it now and not before?
Well, I think we have been doing it before. Of course, the biggest challenge we all face, we face it all over the world, is the scale of the challenge. It is, every day we are being successful in either disrupting terrorist plot or indeed stopping people. Only last night, almost at the same time.
So we have to leave it there, but we very much appreciate your time. Ben Wallace, Britain's Security Minister, thank you. And do stay with us here on CNN. Plenty more of our continuing coverage from North London after the break.